Hey guys, welcome to Running Back Family, and we let's get into it. So this whole situation with the battle, Kendrick and Drake. Everybody knows about the battle by now. The battle is going on, and I love this is why this is Running Back, because we like to look at things in retrospect, right? Because hindsight is 2020. It's a lot of unforeseen things that happen in this battle, right? For instance, right? Um, Kendrick had to get pretty dirty. Like, he had to come outside of that box, that cultural box, that kind of like spokesperson for certain issues. Like, he had to kind of come out of that pocket like that. He worked a lot of angles. Like, yeah, you could tell he battle rap, because I'm an avid battle rap fan. Like, I watch a lot of battle rap. And one thing about battle rap is they work the angles. So when you know how to work them angles, and Kendrick got like 2 to 3 angles, maybe more, working on Drake at one time. So I'm like, man, he really battle rapping this guy, man. And at first I was like, the P word, you know what I'm saying, with the, you know what I'm saying, was underhanded. I thought certain things, I was like, man, that's pretty messed up. That's pretty low, right? But at the same time, I had to objectively look at things and see what Drake has done in the past to his opponents. Ross just unfollowed him. And I didn't make any connection, but I was watching a DJ Academics video, and he broke down like, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. I wonder why Ross unfollowed him. And he did his little digging, and he found out that, yeah, the Ross's latest ex was at a Drake concert, and she showed the jumbo screen with Drake on it, and then she showed the actual tickets. Then next thing you know, he unfollowed him. Because, man, you could talk a lot of junk. You could talk a lot of junk, man. But when somebody hit at the woman level with a guy, especially a guy who coming with the alpha male shenanigans or anything like that, pissing contest type of thing, man, you get his girl, man. It's kind of like checkmate, game over. When you hit at a man on that level, like, Drake has rattled a lot of feathers like that. He's rattled a lot of people. He even broke off that one dude engagement, and you die for messing with a man, woman, like, you die for stuff like that. But yeah, so I looked in the background, so I was like, nah, you got to take that in consideration. Like, Kendrick knows Drake's about to get nasty. He knows Drake about to try to go at certain people, call behind the scenes. So yeah, he came with what he came with, and it did catch Drake off guard, because initially Drake was in a pocket. He was in a comfortable pocket, and all the internet jargon, all the internet talk, all the social media talk was geared toward Drake bullying Kendrick. Like, Kendrick hasn't responded, and this and that. Then later you find out Kendrick had a whole timetable of when he was gonna respond, and you find out all this intricate stuff, all these intricate details, and you're like, oh man, this is something else. And so, and then he started slinging the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I think, but it was a crescendo. He did not start there, I don't think. So it rattled Drake, and it put him on his heels. You haven't seen Drake on his heels. You have not seen Drake on his heels. So seeing Drake on his heels was a very unique perspective, right? And a lot of people saw that. And a lot of people didn't like seeing Drake on his heels. I think he over addressed the allegations. I think he over addressed them. I like touching on them, but I think he should have touched on them in a way and kind of like put a laugh in there. Because I think if that was a Nicki, if somebody came at Nicki, I've heard people come at Nicki with certain things, and a drop Megan's Law, or drop this about, and try to throw off on a brother, throw off on a husband or whatever. But she don't do no heavy addressing. She might touch on something, but she don't do, or might talk on it on the radio show. But as far as like in the song, she ain't gonna do no heavy addressing, because it's gonna give it too much legs. I always agree with that. Like, if you over address it, sometimes it's good not even to address it. And then if you're gonna say it's not good to even address it, was it even good to take the battle? Would that have made Drake look like he was scared? And I don't think so. Styles make fights. So I've seen people when they come up with certain verses, when verses was hot, when verses was a thing, I've seen all these hypotheticals with verses, right? And people will be like, nah, this guy don't match up with that guy. Nah, stylistically, I wouldn't even want to see that, right? And I think that's what this battle was. I think stylistically, it just didn't match up like that. And I think Drake could have like really made it like it was almost like a privilege to get in the ring with him. Now, I don't doubt, I have no doubt that Kendrick would have went on a campaign of, hey, he's too good to get in the ring with me. I told y'all he wasn't black. I told y'all he was a Jew. I told y'all this and that. I told y'all this and that. Like all of that stuff. Basically say, nah, man, you too righteous. You too much of a righteous rapper to get in the ring with me, man. I ain't even gonna do that. Like he could have actually did that. He could have actually got away with that. But I think Drake is his ego. I think he's I mean, to be at the top that long, you're gonna be egotistical, right? And I think that ego can easily provoke him to get in the ring. Did this drag on further than he would have liked? Yeah, hell yeah. But he jumped in the ring, and once he jumped in the ring, man, that was like, once he jumped in the ring, man, it was on. It was on from there. Kendrick has more to gain than Drake. Drake really doesn't gain much from this battle. I mean, what good? Even if he won against Kendrick Lamar, people were gonna say, well, you're a commercial rapper. Kendrick got bars. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Drake got all those people on his credits, where Kendrick just says lyricist. So that's gonna be blatantly apparent. Something that he kind of got away with Meek Mills, even though Meek Mill was essentially a whistleblower to that. Came with the back-to-back and all that stuff. He essentially got away with it. And then he kind of, had a little other moments, but going against a lyricist, I think it highlighted that even more. So that was more of a thing. And I think that was always going to be a factor, exposing yourself in that way more than you have in the past. I think stuff like that really made it hard for Drake to get a W out of this. I think the W would have came from not engaging at all. Just because somebody pick a fight, which you don't mean you got to take the fight. Another thing, if you don't know about hip hop will champion you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then hip hop will root for the underdog. Hip hop really is an underdog sport, but it's a champion sport at the same time. Let me explain. If you stand the test of time, you could become a legacy artist. You could become a legend, an OG. You know what I'm saying? You stood the test of time, but you're going to get out of there as far as like being at the pinnacle of your power. You're going to have to move out the way. Like they going to move you out the way. But you're going to fizzle out and kind of go to your section, and then how big you are in that section depends on you and what type of artist you are. But Drake, on the other hand, he stayed at the top so long. Like nobody has ever seen somebody stay at the top that long. So, hip hop loves the underdog story. They champion the underdog. And even though Kendrick sell out stadiums too, he sell out tours, he do all of that. He get big money. He's on commercials, all of that, right? But he still doesn't get the kind of look that Drake gets, right? So you can deem that in a way the underdog. Hip hop's gonna look for a new champion. They're gonna want a new champion then, and they're gonna look. Hip hop is like, man, if you fall, you gonna get eaten. You can only stay at the top so long. Drake had a really good point when he said something about Kendrick's girl, man. Well, it's by design that we can just pick another woman of another culture, like we pick a car. Like we pick, oh, this is our favorite shoe. Oh, we like Air Force Ones. They're in the culture. You wouldn't agree with the aesthetic. So I think that was I think that landed well. I want to know what you guys think. They say Drake supposed to be dropping again, and they say Kendrick is not dropping anymore. So if Drake drop, will Kendrick drop? Like, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We out.